The clash between Noah Lyles and Kishane Thompson in this year's men's 100-meter finals at the Paris Olympic Games will go down as perhaps not the fastest, but without doubt the greatest 100-meter clash all time. Here's why he won and he lost. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here at Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. And ready? Yeah, good to go. Well, it is a race that still brings about passion from both sides of the fence, whether you are a defender of Noah Lyles or Kishane Thompson. I must concede that even myself have at times been swept up in the emotion of this event. This anticipated clash between two of the greatest male sprinters we have seen in our lifetimes was, well, it delivered. It delivered one heck of a race. In fact, this race was so incredible. And in my opinion, you may or may not agree with me, this is the greatest 100-meter finals in the history of mankind. It was not the fastest. That would have been the Usain Bolt's world record running 9.58. But in terms of sheer gravitas, just the delivery of entertainment value, tension, the fact that it's the fastest race technically in the history of mankind, because all of these athletes, from the winner running 9.79 to the 8th place runner running 9.91. This is the first race in history where every single person ran a sub 10. This is the first race in history that I know of. I mean, you can correct me about that other one, but I'm certain that the difference in times between the first place runner and the last place runner was literally 0.12. This is an incredible race that had all the drama, and somebody should probably make a movie about this. It delivered. But after doing a lot of research, watching the movie, watching the video over and over again, tried to be as unbiased as possible, listening to other sports analysts, etc., I think I've come up with a reason as to why Kishane Thompson lost and why Noah Lyles won. And the truth is, it's right in front of us. The reasons are clear. So let's talk. After Kishane Thompson delivered this 9.77, making him the fastest man in the world still for the 2024 season, at the finals of the men's 100 meters at the Jamaican National Championships, we all anticipated a almost certain gold medal, that is, we meaning Jamaicans, in the Paris Olympic Games men's finals.
Men's 100-meter final. Set. Up. Seville and the Thompson got away like rockets. Seville looks imperious. Thompson looks imperious and commanding as well. Kishane Thompson steps to the fore and gets there.
But Noah Lyles responded, running his PB at that point of 9.81 in the men's 100 meters at the London Diamond League.
Well, a good start from Lyles. Also going really well, Tobago. Tobago leading them up. Here comes Lyles, though, easing through, going well on their side. Simbina, but Lyles is going to take it.
So in the highly anticipated clash in the finals, many of us were shocked that both men ran 9.79, with Lyles taking the win in a time of 9.79.784, a new personal best. Kishane Thompson running the same time, 9.79, with a difference of 0.789 seconds. Fred Curdy took third in 9.81.
Fight every moment of it, and I'm just going to build on it and just move forward.
When you say you should have been more patient with yourself, explain that for the viewers, the casual viewers who don't know what that means.
Now this, of course, is my 2 cents. Several mistakes were made in this process, myself included. I'm a man who tends to deal with numbers, crunching the numbers. But there were some obvious issues that we weren't thinking about. And I brought up, I did, but I didn't stress it enough. First problem, and I want you to follow me. Kishane Thompson throughout at no point until the finals of the men's 100 meters ran flat out. At no point. In other words, he was instructed by his coach to run 60 crews, maybe 80 crews. So at no point did Kishane Thompson actually run a flat out 100 meters. Now you might say, why would that matter? But here's the thing. We are creatures of habit, human beings. Most of us will concede that. We do things habitually. If a young athlete, Kishane is just 23, is instructed by his coach who he respects to only run 60, there are going to be two very obvious problems. One, his body will not recognize what to do when they have to run the entire 100 flat out. So at some point, the body will say, hey, we have covered 60 to 80 meters. Isn't it time we stop running? And the body is going to start shutting down. Kishane Thompson actually tells us this himself. Listen to this interview with TVJ where he actually tells you that his body started to shut down. Watch.
And it and just move forward.
When you say you should have been more patient with yourself, explain that for the viewers, the casual viewers who don't know what that means.
In terms of my execution, it felt as if I wasn't patient for the line. I did not trust myself. I didn't trust myself and my speed enough for it to bring me to the line at the right time, in the right position. You know, I was rushing it. At one point, I felt myself tighten up a bit and started to decelerate, and my striding kind of cut. You know, but as I said, I know some of my mistakes. I'm going to look back, go back to the drawing board, work on every aspect that I can, and just keep on bettering my best. Thank you.
Anybody else you want to say anything to your twin brother, your mother, who else, any other loved one?
He said, I started to tighten up a bit and my stride length started to decelerate. That's what happens with a sprinter when they've stopped sprinting. Now, you are going to slow down going through the line. But the fact is, when your stride length starts to cut and decelerate, this is what we saw him do at the Jamaica National Championships throughout the heats, the semi-finals, and even the finals. We saw him do this when he ran against Letil Tebogo and Akana Simbini. We saw him do it in the heats in Paris, as well as in the semi-finals. At no point did he do it's kind of like you have I don't know much about cars, a Lamborghini. I guess it's supposed to be very fast. And you only drive it in second gears. You never go all out. It's going to affect the functioning of the car. So what happened to him, based on what he said, and based on my own observations, is that after he hit 80 meters, his body stopped running. His body said, oh, I guess we have won, it's game over. That's why his stride length shut down, because he had never experienced running right through the line. That's a fact. He just told you, and go back and look at the race. You see this. So one of the reasons why he lost was because he was never given the opportunity by his management and his coaching staff to run flat out at any given point in a major race. Okay? Second thing, he hints at it. Now, Coach Stephen Francis himself made a few mistakes in this process, which is why we're going to talk about the second thing. The second thing is, everyone, myself included, underestimated experience versus speed. Listen to what the great Coach Stephen Francis said. And listen, don't be mad because he's not perfect. Listen.
I know that Noah Lyles loves playing the mind game. So is that a discussion that you've had with him so he's not affected by it when he's at the starting line?
Well, I think you'll find that he plays mind games with those people who he's faster than. So I don't think he will have that much opportunity this time around. But we'll see if his mind game works on people who have demonstrated that they are a lot faster than he is.
Is that what you've told Kishane as well, personally?
I haven't. I'm not going to tell you what I tell Kishane. I'm just telling my opinions. Yeah.
Now, I know in this interview he's specifically talking about the mind games that I know, we all know, I've stated it repeatedly, that Noah Lyles plays. But there's something else happening if you listen carefully. Noah Lyles is able to play mind games for another reason. His experience. Most athletes, after a while, Jamaicans have a say where them say, new broom sweep good, but old broom know the corner. Noah Lyles, we all underestimated his experience. This man is a, 3-time world champion, three-time world champion, meaning 200 meters and once in 100 meters. Bronze medalist in the last Olympic Games, has won countless times. I think the last time he lost really was when he came to Racers Grand Prix. And even then he said, you've seen many people beat me, but how many times do I beat them? You've seen a few people beat me, but I think we all underestimated him. Let's be honest. We got caught up in our emotions and we all underestimated his experience. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. You see, most people would have given up. This young man didn't, because he trusts his speed. Remember what Kishane said. Kishane said, I should have trusted my speed. Noah Lyles knew if he was able to close fast enough and stretch for that line, because that was another thing that Kishane didn't do properly. And this is just based on experience. This is instinct. He's been doing this for so long, running so many races, his body instinctively would have relaxed and would have said, okay. Kishane said he tightened up. Lyles got more and more relaxed throughout the race. That's literally what occurred. We underestimated experience versus speed. Both of these men are very fast. The edge here was really in favor of Noah Lyles. Let's be honest. He has been doing this forever. He knows, and you remember, even I did a video where I said he ran flat out in London, but Kishane was cruising. I was wrong. That was a disadvantage to Kishane. Some of you have stated in the comments repeatedly, before the finals, many of you said, why doesn't he run through the line, meaning Kishane? Well, Noah Lyles always runs as if his life depends on it. He's gotten his body accustomed to sprinting flat out and trusting. So because he does this all the while, his body trusts him and he trusts his body. He knows the leg speed is there. He knows he has a clothing speed. He doesn't tense up, he relaxes. Kishane is inexperienced. Technically, by my count, I don't think he has done 10 races between last year and now. That's a tremendously small amount of races. Noah Lyles runs constantly, so his body got used to it. And when he runs right through the line. So many of you were right and I was wrong. Kishane needed to have run right through the line with every race. We needed to have seen how fast he could have gone. However, there might have been a reason why a coach at the level of a Stephen Francis, he's a genius, was telling him this. One, we know that Kishane had continuous injury issues. So that was a part of it. And also, we heard Stephen Francis say in an early interview that he was surprised Kishane ran that fast because Kishane is always tense regarding the injury. So we underestimated Lyles' experience. Kishane had not been taught to run right through the line. His body didn't understand what happened when they were and then the other thing is, because his body didn't normally do this, when he tried to find that fifth gear at 70 meters, his body got confused. His body said, what's going on? Isn't it time for it to shut down? Now, here's the other thing I need to say. You see this young man? He may have lost the battle, but I think he just won the war. Every interview he said, I've learned from this experience and I'm going to move forward. In other words, what really happened here is experience. The old broom knew the corner. And although the new broom swept well, experience in this instance beats speed. I think the lesson we all have to walk away from is, do not underestimate. Do not underestimate that dynamic of experience versus just raw speed. But what I'm going to say about this young man is this: outside of his sheer speed, because once he learns, and the thing he said in every interview is that I've learned. And let me tell you something, people. I was taught by my father, we don't fail, we get an opportunity to learn. With each so-called failure, you adjust, you get better. The greats do it. Sharika Jackson, Shelley, Daniel, and this young man. This young man is probably going to become the greatest sprinter we've ever seen. That's a huge statement. If not, certainly one of the top 5. His raw speed, his humility, his willingness to learn in the moment. He analyzed that race as a 22-year-old. Right after the race, he analyzed what he did wrong. That's a huge deal. It means he's very intelligent and he understands himself. The next time they clash, and even Noah Lyles said it in an interview, Lyles said, I look forward to future battles with that young man, because Lyles understands that an experienced Kishane Thompson may become unstoppable. So understand, when I said why he lost, why he won and why he lost, I wasn't talking about Noah Lyles. I was talking about Kishane. I was telling you that Kishane won the silver, he lost the gold, but he won the experience that will make him unimaginably dangerous. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, also hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, you're kings and queens. Bless up.